every game happened on Wednesday, March 6th. The first game is the Magic winning fifth straight. When they're healthy, they're good in the regular season. Franz Wagner had a great one, 28 points with 2 blocks and 3 threes. Pancaro, of course, got his counting numbers, 25 points, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. This is the guy next year. We have to pound free throws with him, I think. 4 for 5 is okay here, but too many times he goes. When a guy shoots low 70% from the free throw line on high volume, it's like half and half. Half the weeks he's going to be all right. It's not going to help you win the free throw, but half the weeks he's going to just destroy your free throw and lose you that category. In category league, so something to think about. Gogo Badaze started. If he continued to start, we know who to stream. Badaze, we could definitely stream him for blocks and rebounds. Jalen Suggs played well. Continue to roster him. Markel Fultz now just come off the bench, played 20 minutes. He was a minus 20. He's just absolutely horrible. Anthony Black, they start him, and Garrett Harris was out. Yep. So they play a lot of guards. But Jalen Suggs need to be rostered if he play around 28 to 31 minutes a night. For the Wizards, it's really weird. When Jordan Poole came off the bench, he just started playing a lot more better. That's just that's a fact. So sometimes it could be just psychological. 26 points, and he still gets good minutes. 4 threes, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Pretty good. I would say overall, you can't complain about that line. And they started Kyle Kuzma at the center, who had a great game. 25 points, a steal and a block. Danny Advia is a must roster, 14 points with 2 steals, 7 rebounds. And the rookie Bilo played 20 minutes. Not really fantasy relevant unless you need defensive stats, and they have a back-to-back. And Tyus Jones played all right, 6 assists and a block. The Wizards, do they have a great schedule coming up in the playoffs? If they don't, a lot of guys, there could be much rosters in the regular season, but if you try to win the playoffs, which you should, because if you lose, you're out. So you gotta be a little bit ruthless with your roster selection, and especially in category leagues. Guys that don't help you at all this week, think about dropping them always, unless they're like a top 10 player, right? Or a top 10 may be a stretch, like unless they're a top 25 player. The next one is the Clippers. They came back, beat the Rockets. Kawhi Leonard, beautiful game. Kawhi Leonard on the season, he's the 6th ranked player on a per game basis. Why? Because he's so damn efficient. I'm looking at last month. Kawhi fell off a little bit last month, but on the season, he's just still amazing. Last month, he's the 19th ranked player. James Harden, beautiful game here as well. 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 21 points, 7 assists. Paul George did his thing. The big three all play well. And, with Russell Westbrook out, I do expect Norman Powell to get a few more minutes, but that's not the case here. They started Terrence Mann. Yeah. The rest of the Clippers, they're not fantasy relevant. And Zubac, at this point, we got to let him go. In the playoffs, we got to let him go. Can't afford to hold him. And him playing 50 minutes. We can't do it. For the Rockets, Jalen Green, an okay game, 15 points and 2 threes. But I think in the playoffs, you don't need points. If you don't need points, you don't need threes, you could definitely let him go, especially if you're trying to win some efficiency categories. Fred VanVleet, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 15 points and 4 threes, played all right. And Şengün, another big one, 23 points, 19 rebounds. He's just popping off in a. But for sure, you wanna punt Fraser with him next year. That's really his biggest issue. His rankings will be so much higher, 3 for 8 from the free throw line. But look at he can get you a bunch of assists as well. He's gonna be great next year. Jabari Smith Jr. had 19 points. He was a minus 20, hit 4 threes, played all right. And they've been giving Cam Whitmore some good, decent minutes coming off the bench. And he's been putting up some numbers. So if Fred VanVleet is ever out, or Jalen Green, or Dylan Brooks, right, he's a guy that we should look to stream. The Rockets got some nice players off the bench, to be honest. Moving on to the next one, we have the Grizzlies and the Sixers. Grizzlies beat the Sixers behind Jaren Jackson Jr. He's gonna be in and out of the lineup, but this is a great one. Finally, the shot blocking started coming back. 6 blocks with 30 points and 2 threes, and 11 rebounds. Amazing. Santi Aldama also popped off, 17 points. I mean, at this point, right, he's a guy that we should roster. 7 assists, 3 threes. Back-to-back games now has pretty good minutes. So next game we gotta think about, is he the guy that we want to stream? I mean, he's starting. He could just play 25 minutes next game, and then we make decisions after. The Grizzlies has an okay schedule, I think. And this guy Jake, he played 32 minutes, 3 blocks and 13 rebounds. Gigi Jackson played just 21 minutes, so still a little bit unpredictable. But if the Grizzlies are back-to-back and I need threes, of course I'm gonna stream Luke Kennard, right? If they have a back-to-back, I'm looking for some rebounds, some assists, some steals and blocks. I'm gonna look for John Conchar, right? Vince Williams is a must roster, another great one with, oh my God, he's great. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 2. He does everything in fantasy. Great stuff. And a great win. For the Sixers, Paul Reed, now he's back starting. Just unpredictable. But he only played 24 minutes. Played good, really good. 11 rebounds, a steal, and 3 blocks. I would take that. And they didn't even have Kyle Lowry this game. I don't know the Sixers, is punting at this point. Kelly Oubre Jr., so with everybody out, Kelly Oubre Jr. needs to be rostered, especially when you need threes and defensive stats and points. His minutes going to be pretty good with everybody out. Buddy Hield played okay, didn't shoot the ball that well, 15 points with 3 steals and a block. Cameron Payne, if Kyle Lowry is out, I don't think Kyle Lowry is going to be out next game, but he is, he's a streaming option. He could be fantasy relevant for assist. Batum's minutes has been high the last couple of games. You're looking for defensive stats, right? Sixers got a bunch of great fantasy players. So, again, if their schedule is great, look to stream these guys. Moving on to the next one, the Cleveland Cavaliers could not beat the Hawks on the road, and Donovan Mitchell is still out. Darius Garland, 15 points, 7 assists, and 3 threes. Those are not bad numbers. Jared Allen had 19 rebounds and a block. He's going to eat pretty good with Evan Mobley out. It's really unfortunate, but that's just part of fantasy. Isaiah Okoro is not really fantasy relevant, but he's going to have great minutes with everybody out. Same thing with Karis LeVert. If you want defensive stats, if you want counting numbers, go pick him up. His minutes is going to great, but 5 for 17 again. You got to pound field goal with him. If you're trying to win field goal, don't pick him up. For the Atlanta Hawks, Jalen Johnson hurt. That's really unfortunate. So he might be out. So Sadiq Bey is going to play huge minutes the next few games. Maybe DeAndre Hunter's minutes go up a little bit. If Jalen Johnson, looking like so, for sure. DeJounte Murray, he's going to miss a few games. DeJounte Murray, 18 points, 9 assists, and 2 steals. Great. With Trae Young out. Bogdanovic, finally a somewhat decent game. I expect more games like this. 23 points and 6 assists and 3 threes is not bad. And Capella, it's not really Okongwu being good or taking his minutes. Even Fernando played more minutes than him here. So I don't know if it's an age thing. They're just not playing him high minutes. So again, in the playoffs, he's a guy that if you don't need rebounds, he doesn't even give you that many block shots. If you don't need rebounds in category leagues, drop him. Pick up somebody else. If you need guard stats, you can do so much, right? You drop him, you pick up somebody, or multiple people, stream people every day. The next one is the Bulls beat the Jazz. Yeah, I think the Jazz, they just decided to punt after the All-Star, after the trade deadline, once they made those trades. Kobe White, great, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 threes. DeMar DeRozan, he's just putting up numbers every single year. He's the 16th ranked player in the last month. Great efficiency, basically 50-90 efficiency while averaging 27 points. Why? Because Zach LaVine is not there. Great stuff. Eric Caruso is just scary good. 4 steals and 3 blocks here, 11 points. Absolutely must roster. And Ayo Downsamu had 9 assists and a steal and 8 points. I also think he's a must roster, right? His minutes is just too good to not roster him. And Vucevic also had a great one. The Bulls, they're just winning games in the regular season. So yeah, without Zach Levine. For the Jazz, okay, Chris Dunn. As long as Keontae George is out, I think Chris Dunn is a great streaming option for defensive stats and assists. Look at the minutes, 30 minutes, which is more than enough. Jordan Clarkson, 34 minutes, and Colin Sexton, 34 minutes. Yeah, these guards are still getting great minutes. So if you're looking for guard stats, continue rostering them. And John Collins has been absolutely popping off this week. 25 points, 13 rebounds. He had 6 blocks the other day versus a bad team. Here, another great one. And Walker Kessler has been out. Maybe that's why he gets a few extra minutes. And Laurie Markkinen is out. Oh my God. And they have Taylor Hendricks is also hurt. Just a lot of injuries. I mean, the Jazz is, they'll be back next year, but this season they're basically out. It's all about player development. The next one is Oklahoma City Thunder. Yep, easy workout. Look how scary Shea looks right here. 128, 120. No surprise, Shea. My God. 37 points, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. 11 for 12 on the free throw line. He's just so efficient. So I know it's a bad team, but when a guy in the last month, he's just a third-ranked player. But when a guy shoots 87, 88% on 8 or 9 attempts from the free throw line, that is absolutely big. And years in the past, we have Harden on the Rockets. Harden doesn't really do that anymore. Damian Lillard doesn't do that. So the free throw, a guy that can really carry your free throws in the first round that I can think of is really just Shea. He helps your free throw in a major way. Chet Holmgren, also big one. 14 rebounds and a block, 21 points. Jalen Williams had 31 points, 3 steals and a block. Oof. It is against a bad Portland team, though. And Josh Giddey played 32 minutes because he was playing well. They gave him the minutes. We'll see next game. If they give Josh Giddey 25 to 30 minutes a night the next 2 games, something's changed, then we can pick him up. We can stream him. But, one game, it doesn't really mean much. For the Portland Trail Blazers, oh my God, these players. Reed is an absolutely must roster. He's playing over 30 minutes with Ayton out. Yeah, for sure. He should give you good blocks and rebounds. Center played 30 minutes. We gotta have him. The rest of Chris Murray, do you want to? Not really. Jeremy Grant is bad. Play just 40 minutes immediately. Matisse Thybulle, 26 minutes. Yeah, he's a guy that we should looking for defensive stats. Go get him. 16 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Pretty good. 3 threes, and the minutes is great. Yeah, if you look for defensive stat, he is the guy. Moving on to the next one. This one is Warriors got blown out by the Celtics, 50 points. No worries. They run it back. Well, this time it's at home. They beat the Bucks. Although I don't know if Giannis is 100%. They beat the Bucks, not even close. Damian Lillard, 20 points, 6 assists, and 5 threes. An okay game. But Dame, with Giannis, last game they played without Giannis, he popped off 41 points. So I think having Giannis around for sure is holding back Damian Lillard's production. Giannis, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block. Sure, no problem. Brook Lopez, no blocked shots. So that's a little bit disappointing. And Malik Beasley, continue to stream him if you need threes. His minutes is great. For the Warriors, they've been starting Draymond Green at the center, and he's been putting up pretty good numbers, I gotta say. Especially the block numbers. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 threes. Not bad. Steph Curry had 29 points in 30. Easy work for him. Wiggins, I don't know what the hell. Kuminga had 2 steals and 3 blocks. He's been a must roster for a while now. Kuminga in the last month, after this great game. Wow, he's actually just a 146 ranked player. Other than points, 16 points and 51% from the field, nothing really stands out. He doesn't have a lot of rebound or assists, which is good enough. 5 rebounds, 3.4 assists. Low steals, 0.9 blocks is good. Free throw is a little bit bad. But yeah, nothing really stands out other than the points. So depending on what you want in fantasy, if you're looking for some points and kind of Rui Hachimura kind of situation, if you're looking for points and some efficiency, right? But again, I think with everybody healthy, he may not be a must roster. Chris Paul played 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, he had 9 assists and 3 steals. Must roster either way. I think even if he should play 20 to 25, if you need assists and steals, he's a must roster. Otherwise, don't have him in fantasy, especially in the playoffs. All right, last game of the night, we'll have the Kings and the Lakers. I think the Lakers were up by like 15 points in the first quarter or something, and then by the half they were down by 15 points because the Kings they can score, and Sabonis can dish out assists. 20 rebound, 12 assists, just unbelievable. Same thing with De'Aaron Fox here, 44 points, 2 steals, and 2 3. De'Aaron Fox has been under the radar. The Kings as a whole, Fox in the last month, 34th ranked player, yeah, probably just where he is. With De'Aaron Fox, really, you gotta pound free throws. You know, that's gonna make your team a little bit interesting because he's a guard. That's with bad free throw, yeah. And his field goal for the last month is 50%, which is amazing for a guard. And that takes that many threes. Malik Monk also popped off must roster, 26 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. He can also put up numbers quick. He can score quick. Keegan Murray has been disappointing in the playoffs for sure. No questions asked. You could drop him. If Kings don't have any games. For the Lakers, AD has just been, he's good all season. He's been healthy, but we kind of need more. And D'Angelo Russell, rough game as well. LeBron is the only one who played well. Went 10 for 10 from the free throw line. 13 assists. Rui Hachimura, another big game, 29 points. Yeah, if you need points, you need efficiency, because Rui shoot pretty good from the field. Go grab him. But not a must roster. If you don't need points and efficiency. He give you some threes now, which is a nice add, but absolutely no rebound, no assists. And most games he doesn't give you any defensive stats. I think we all know that. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.